If nothing changes, then nothing changes. There comes a point in everyone's life when you have to sit down and realize and take accountability of your actions, the choices you make, and the role you have in your life. And you have to understand that if nothing in your life changes, if you don't initiate change in your life, then your life is not going to change. I know what it feels like to feel super low and to feel super sad and to feel like you can't hold on to anything or to feel stuck in life. I know what that feels like, and I know how much hurt comes with that, and I know you genuinely don't feel like doing shit. But in those moments, you have to remember that you're not just gonna wake up one day and be happy. You're not just gonna wake up one day and have the life of your dreams or the amount of money you want or the amount of love you want. You are not just gonna wake up one day and have all of that delivered to your doorstep. Unfortunately, there is no one who is coming to save you. It's always going to be you versus you, and it's always going to be you who can create real change in your life, starting with yourself and your introspection. When you really sit down and think about it, sometimes we need to remove the emotional feelings that we're feeling and stop being emotional and think logically. I know this happens to me a lot whenever I want to work out, but I just don't feel like working out, and but of course I want to have my dream body, right? But I don't feel like working out. Well, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. If I don't take the step to start working out, to start eating better, to start prioritizing my well-being, then how am I going to expect to get the body I want or look the way I want to look or feel the way I want to feel? Sometimes you need to remove your emotions and think logically. Whenever I feel like not working out, logically, there's nothing stopping me from not working out except my emotions. I just don't feel like it. But if I remove those emotions, I have the time, I have the space, I have a fucking yoga mat, I have YouTube. Like, I could really watch a 30-minute Pilates if I really wanted to, but I just don't feel like it. And this is true for so many areas in our life, and we need to take accountability and really engrave in our head that whatever we're not changing, we're choosing. I heard that on TikTok the other day and it knocked my socks off, changed my life. But I think there's so much truth in that. Whatever you are not changing about yourself or the way you feel or the way you are perceived or the way you are going about life, then you are choosing to stay that way. I've talked about it before, and I used to be someone who was incredibly insecure and sensitive. And one day I woke up and realized that I actually don't like being that way. And I actually don't like people pleasing and letting people step all over me and feeling incredibly sensitive to anything that someone might say. Because at the end of the day, who was it affecting? Who was it hurting? It was hurting me because I was taking everything personally and being a little and moping around and not doing anything and feeling like I don't know what I want to do in life and feeling stuck. It's because I was not changing. I was not choosing to open my mind and view different perspectives and change the way I'm living my life. Growing up, me and my mom, we butt heads sometimes. And, typical teenage stuff, right? Like, oh my god, my mom is so annoying, blah, 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 blah. And then when I started to grow and mature a bit and start to really open my mind, I could see in what areas I was playing into this fight and in what areas my actions were contributing to this fight with my mom. When I started to change, when I started to take accountability, when I started to stop talking back and to actually talk to her about what she was expressing at the time, our fights disappeared. Now, me and my mom, we fight like every blue moon. We never fight. I took a step back and looked at the bigger picture, and I looked at what she was trying to communicate to me and how I was not playing into that or what I was doing to make it worse. But all of that started because I wanted to change the way my relationship with my mom was. I wanted to change the way I was playing into these things. I wanted to change little things, and I did. And our relationship changed, our dynamic changed, and now we're closer than ever. You have to look at your life and realize in what areas you're not growing, in what areas you're not changing, and why that is. You can watch all of these advice videos, you can watch all the self-help content and read all the self-help book. But at the end of the day, if you really want to make that change, then you will. And if you don't, then you won't. I've said it before, but all we are really trying to do is just open the door for you. You take the step to walk through the door and actually create real change in your life. Because who is it going to benefit? Who is it actually going to affect whether or not you change your life? It's going to always affect you. But I'm telling you this because if you don't like something about yourself, if you don't like how insecure you are, if you don't like how sensitive you are, if you don't like how angry you are, if you don't like how sad you are, you need to take the step in starting to change that and starting to want more for yourself. You take the step to go and do the inner work, do the introspection, go to therapy, sort this shit out so that you can become the person you want to become. If you do not like how much money you're making right now and you want to make more, you need to take the step to start to research and figure out different ways that you can make money, figure out different ways that you can expand your financial literacy, and then go forth and make the change. Because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. If you don't expose yourself to those situations or want more for yourself or actually go after what you want, you're not just magically going to get an increase in revenue. You can manifest anything you want to manifest, but if you don't go forth and actually do the work and actually feel the emotions and actually feel what it's like to have that manifestation is not going to match you. It's not going to be ready for you because you're not ready. You're not magically just going to wake up one day and lose weight. You're not magically just going to wake up and gain so much muscle and have a fat ass. You have to work for that stuff. You have to go after that stuff. You have to want that stuff and make that change in order to have it match you. No one is coming to save you. Unfortunately, I know it sucks, but no one is going to come up in your life and give you all the money you want, give you the body you want, give you the possessions you want, or the way you want to feel. No one is going to give you that. That all comes from you and whether you want it as badly as you think you do. You should always strive to become the person who does what they say they're gonna do. You have to be disciplined with your life. You have to be disciplined with the things you want and with the change you want, because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. You always have the power to choose how you respond to something. So next time you're feeling sad, instead of sitting around wondering why you're feeling sad, choose how you want to respond to something. Choose to flip the perspective. Choose to see the good instead of the bad, and then choose the change you want to make. Because if you don't try to change, if you don't try to do something, then don't be surprised if you're still sad. I say try a lot, but there is actually no try in this world. You can't try to drink water. You drink water or you don't. So you can either do the work and do what needs to be done in order to feel better and become the person you want to become, or you cannot. There is no trying. You either do it or you don't. I've talked about how I am starting to date myself and I'm starting to love myself more. And I have been putting in the work and taking myself out, going out by myself, appreciating my body, looking at myself, becoming comfortable with how I look, how I feel, getting to know myself, striving to become this version of myself I want to become. And it's fucking hard. It's something that I'm working on every damn day, and some days it's better than others, but I'm doing it. I'm trying, I'm doing it. Because I know that one day I'm not just magically gonna wake up and love myself to the full potential that I can and have all this amount of love flowing through me. If I don't do something to create that change is not gonna find me. I'm choosing to put myself in a position to where self-love can find me. I'm choosing to change my relationship that I have with myself, and the only thing that's going to come out of it is me creating and accomplishing the change I started. And you can do the same in any aspect of your life. You get to choose when that change gets to come. It can come now, it can come 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now. You get to choose how big you want that change to be. You get to choose when you want it to come, and you get to choose if it's actually something that you want. We see every day the amount of change people go through. We see every day the privileges we have and the possibilities that are out there. We have seen some unimaginable shit, and you're really gonna tell me that you're not capable of changing? You are capable of the degree to which you want to change, because if nothing changes, then nothing changes. Thank you for watching this video. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.